Showtime.
Showtime, baby.
Let's dive right in.
What's stopping us?
Absolutely nothing.
What's stopping us from talking about it?
Nothing. Reggie, drop the beat.
Who's Reggie?
Yeah, what's some catchy thing that could be in an intro? All right, here we go.
There, wait, hang on.
Dude.
And the guy. All right, welcome back.
Welcome back. Season 1, Episode 8, which means it's the mid-season finale.
Mid-season finale of Season 1, obviously.
Yeah, this is just before we continue, I think. We just get this off our shoulders. This is our second take.
The elephant in the room here is we did it. We started recording. I realized I forgot to switch some notes over from the phone to the iPad. So
I would say it's kind of our big. Yeah, really, this is our second take.
This is our first.
Usually, everything goes well. We continue.
Yeah.
I was mad at Shirley, the dude, at first because he made a mistake, and then I realized my Do Not Disturb was on, so it balances out. We're both guilty.
It balanced out. Also, well, I actually forgot what I was going to say. We were only 48 seconds in, though.
Yeah.
It was going incredibly well.
We made, like, a funny joke about, like, how we repeat each other. Like, I say, welcome back, it's the mid-season finale. Charlie says, mid-season finale. We repeat each other. It's not as funny now because it's not natural, but
it's okay. I'm not mad.
I'm pissed. But
what did you do this past week? Let me start.
All right.
All I did was work.
Okay. Glad you got that out of the way.
I beat a game called Yakuza.
You beat a gang?
Game with an M.
Oh,
E.
Perfect.
But
with an M-E.
But yeah.
Okay. One thing before I dive into my past week.
So what did you do?
Before I dive into my past week, I would like to say it's my father's birthday today.
Oh, wow.
Really.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Dave. And it's just funny because, like, I don't know. Like, he's not here, but he could be listening.
That is his name, though, right?
That is his name.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, why are you looking at me? Yeah, so he's exactly 30 years older than me. Not exactly, but he is 30 years older than me.
Okay.
And then my grandpa is actually 30 years older than him.
Wow.
So it's like, so hopefully I'll have a child who's 30 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Just carry that on.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like, that's not like a tradition, though, you know?
It's going to be.
It's just coincidence.
But, yeah, so there's that. What else we got? Yeah, my week.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Or what has been going on.
What happened? I went out of town.
Yeah.
All right. I visited some cousins.
What are their names?
We got Addison, Addie. We got Brady. And we got Sydney.
Oh, man, I love them.
Yes.
They're so sweet.
Okay. Okay. Like, how do you don't even know them? I love those kids. They are so great.
They're great.
But yeah, we did that. I went to. Let me tell you something unfortunate that happened. Growing up, I was always a huge fan of. This is the reason why we need YouTube to film stuff so people can see what you're doing.
I know.
People are all just so confused.
Once we get a video camera, I'm just gonna be like the most normal guy.
That would suck. What are you doing?
But anyway, what were you
Growing
saying?
up, I loved Legos. All right.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to go to Legoland or something.
Yeah. That's a real place?
It's a real place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a theme park.
Oh.
And where I went, there was like a watered down Legoland. It was called the Lego Discovery Center. It was like an exhibit with like big buildings or just creations.
Yeah.
And my aunt and I visited with my aunt, and she's like a cousin to me, kind of, I would say.
She's like just not much older than you, so.
No, so we're just
That's how I am with my niece.
technically cousins. But
Well, not technically, but-
you know, we're, what's the opposite of technically?
I don't know. Figuratively, maybe?
We're non-technically cousins. And yeah, so I spent $20 for the Lego thing, and she spent $20. We got there, and we got to the front desk, and the guy was like, "Oh, there's no kids with you?" And we're like, "No." We're like, "Oh, you can't come in." Is that weird?
That is weird. How
That's
old were
weird.
you?
This like just happened.
This was this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. I was just saying the reason why I've just grown up loving Legos.
Right,
And
right.
now's my chance to like go
Okay,
to some
okay.
cool Lego place. And they're like, "Oh, aren't you a little old to be?"
They didn't let
coming
you
here?"
in?
They didn't let me in, but
Wow.
they didn't let us in. I think it's like so just pedophiles, you know.
Yeah,
don't-
creepy. It's so creepy
yeah,
people can't
They
do
they
that.
ain't paying for the Legos, but
Right.
yeah. So they refunded our tickets, and they took us across the mall. There was like this hallway. The Lego exhibit was on one side, and the other side was an aquarium. So the Lego guy, the front desk guy, walked over to the aquarium, walked us over, and gave a thumbs up to the front desk guy at the aquarium, and just let us in. So
Because he felt bad because he
Yeah.
knew that you guys weren't there
Yes.
to perform pedophilic acts. But
That's right.
policy is policy. So he said,
Yeah.
you know what, let these guys go look at the fishies. Hey, Tony! These guys are good.
all right, Rupert.
Yeah. Rupert.
Anyway, so that happened. Aquarium was cool. It was free. So if you ever want to go to an aquarium that's free at that mall, just
Go buy tickets to the...
buy a ticket to the Lego thing, and
Don't bring
make
kids.
sure you're an adult.
Make sure you don't bring kids.
Make sure you don't bring kids. Yep.
What is the age? 18? You can't be over 18? Because you're...
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, you're barely an adult,
I'm barely an adult.
you know?
I'm freshly 20.
Freshly 20.
Freshly 20.
Which is, it's annoying as hell. I always think you're 19.
Yeah.
Always.
I actually have a... Yeah. So that covered that. I saw turtles and fishies and
Yeah.
jellyfishies. But, can I dive into I have like a thought about age? You know, is that okay? Can I do that?
Whoa. All right, we're not done recapping the week yet.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
Alright?
Just later at some point I'm going to get into age.
That's fine.
And it's going to be interesting.
It's totally fine.
Everyone's going to lose it about how interesting this is.
So, I also, just wanted to point out that this past week, I guess over the weekend probably, I wasn't really feeling... Yeah, and you might have been able to tell from the last recording, I wasn't really...
It's not all there.
I was not all there. But then over the weekend, I just wasn't feeling like myself at all. And had a weird low day. So I called Sanker and asked him if I could come over.
Yeah.
And I went over there and we just chatted for it was probably an hour or two just about the world and why things are the way they are.
It's like a non-recorded podcast.
It's actually exactly what it was. But there's something big that I gained from that conversation that I want to dive into later,
Oh.
Yeah.
So you think it's better than my age thing?
No. I wasn't saying that at all.
Oh, so are
You think you're better.
challenging me right now?
You think you're better. Let's hear what it is about this age thing. Because
Because you won't shut up about it.
if we, yeah, and you keep bringing it up. Because I actually have some stuff about age too, and then which is kind of ironic.
Interesting.
And then if we go back to a lot of the notes we've had in the past, about people drawing on stalls, that's this adults doing that, and a lot of people's ages have been part of my thoughts in a lot of my notes these past few weeks. So
Interesting. All right. Just to let you know, I definitely overhyped this.
okay, good.
But So, I'm 20. I just turned 20.
Yeah.
All right.
You baby.
You baby. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know who made that sound. That voice. Everyone's turning 21. At least, not everyone.
Everyone around you is turning 21? Or is already 21?
My friends are, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. And, they're all going to the casino. They're all getting booze.
Yeah.
But I just turned 20. I'm nowhere near that. Kind of near it, but... So, everyone's kind of like, loser, you're 20. However, let's say 10 years from now, all right? I'm going to be 29. Everyone's going to be turning 30, all right?
Yeah.
They're going to be like...
In about 9 years,
Yeah, 9. Let's say 9. You're right. You're absolutely right. Everyone's going to be turning 30. They're going to be middle-aged losers.
And you're going to be the 29
I'm still in my
late.
20s.
Yeah, you're going to still be in your 20s.
I'll be the one who's laughing then. So, that's all I wanted to say about that. This probably right now is the last time, I don't get the last laugh. But from here on out...
It's only last laughs.
Everyone's going to be turning 30, 40... And I'm just going to be the last one in my 20s and 30s and just, so it's going to be cool. That's all I said.
I'm really happy that you brought that up.
That's good. I'm glad you're happy that I brought that up.
I was going to add earlier that, like, the world right now, the world is on fire just because of everything that's been going on. COVID.
Australia's still on fire?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Hopefully not.
But, I doubt it, right?
People are probably, like, so mad that we're so oblivious.
I know.
Like, is it still on fire?
I mean, they had to have gotten some rain.
Yeah, I think they're fine
They had to
now.
have gotten some rain or something.
Hopefully.
But, basically, if you go online, it's, like, only, like, anger and negativity, you know? And, like, even, like, the comedians whose, like, job it is to make people laugh, they're getting, like, called out for things that happened several years in the past,
Okay.
A lot of these things that happen, if they really did happen, do need to be brought to light, and there does need to be consequences for them. But it's like, dude, can you guys wait until, like, it's like the comedians are, like, the only positivity on the internet, and, like, they're like, what's that positivity? Let's get rid of that.
Okay, I could see that.
And the internet makes you think that everybody's just mad and sad and,
Yeah.
But I've heard multiple times from multiple different sources that, like, 5% of the population in America makes up, like, 95% of, like, tweets and, like, social media posts that you see. So really, if you go online, that's pretty much all it is negativity, but that's, like, only 5% of the population,
So you're saying...
So it's really a minority group of people who have such control over the internet that it makes it seem like they're in the majority, And not minority group of people like their cultural minority, but, like, their ideals.
Okay. So excuse me if I misunderstood this, all right?
Okay.
So you're saying America, all right? America.
Yep.
Takes up 95% of the world's
No,
tweets?
not the world's tweets. I'm sorry.
Or just social media control?
5% of, like, 5% of people take up 95% of, like, social posts that you see. So very small amount of people, but most of the tweets that you see.
That makes sense. They just tweet in bulk.
Yeah.
While the others don't tweet. Yeah. You're good. I was like...
The majority is actually silent.
Okay. So... Alright. Yeah.
So, the reason... So, you have, like, cities like Los Angeles, or just California in general, the state of California that's, like, still completely shut down.
It's in shambles.
Everybody is pissed that it's shut down.
Yeah.
Right? But then you have Missouri, which is, like, pretty much open, you know, besides like some things, I guess. But everybody's pissed that it's open.
Yeah.
You know, everybody over here is pissed that it's shut down. Everybody over here is pissed that it's open. So, like, if we were shut down and they were open, all you'd be hearing is about how pissed everybody is that we were shut down, and then all you'd be hearing over there is how pissed everybody is that it's open.
You're absolutely right. No one... It's impossible to please everyone.
It's impossible to please everyone.
No matter what. No matter what. You could be doing the most good thing ever. The goodest of good.
The goodest good thing that the good people do.
Right? And someone's going to be like, who the hell is this guy?
And when everybody's happy about it, they don't take to Twitter to talk about how pissed they are.
Yeah, because they're just like content, you know, why
they're content.
They don't feel the need to
they're comfortable.
Yeah, they're content. People love to complain, but when something like, and it's okay, it's all right, but when people are content and happy, they don't really feel the need to like I mean, like, obviously they won't complain, but they won't like expose it to the world, you know, like,
yeah,
Instagram maybe like is a thing where like, oh look, I just went on vacation, I'm so happy,
right?
But like, I think that's a different thing.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe that's just kind of a conspiracy, but maybe they're not like truly happy, they just want to look like they're
right,
they have a life, or I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's just been a weird. Yeah, it's been a weird.
Social media is just
the catalyst of 95% of the problems. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a weird. 2020 is a weird year. So
yeah, I wonder how 2021 is.
Probably no different. Okay, so there are times where like. I would say that, like, I'm overall a pretty honest guy.
Yeah.
Like, with my friends, I pretty much tell them how I feel, especially if they're doing something that is, like, not good for their health, mentally or physically. I'm pretty good about saying, hey,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? We need to, let's work on it, you know?
Yeah.
Thankfully, nothing like that has happened recently, but in the past, I've been really good about that. But there has been times where somebody came up to me and was like, you know, yeah, dude, Rob was telling me, like, this and that, and, like, they were basically explaining to me how they got in an argument, expecting me to be like, yeah, you're right, dude, Rob's an idiot. But there's been times where I had to be like, you know, he's right, and you're wrong, you know? And that's, like, they're like, what? And it just blows them away whenever, like, they come to you with that kind of stuff, and they expect you to take their side just automatically.
Yeah.
But then you have to be honest and say, hey, like, you're wrong. Right. You're wrong on this one.
It's really easy to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And just kind of agree. Like, oh, yeah, man, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, what an idiot.
That's, like, really my go-to. Like, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I just say that. Because I'm not really specifying what's dumb. I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. It's like I don't want to be like, yeah, you're right, man. Right. But I think lately, I don't know, there's some people who I can be like, but like I try to show like the other side, even if they probably ignore me, but it's okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy to be a people pleaser.
Yeah, and people don't like listening to reason whenever they have an opinion on something. You're like, yeah but listen. They're like, yeah, but, which actually is good, because I was arguing, I'm glad, because this is a good segue. I was arguing with Jess's roommate. And
you shall not be named.
She took a stand on something. I'm not going to say what we were arguing about, because it's pretty...
Call her Sophia.
We'll call her Sophia for this. So Sophia and I were arguing. And she was clearly in the wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, listen. And I broke it down, explained it. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, no, that's actually the exact opposite of what you were saying. It's like, and there's a lot of people that do this, you know. I'm just mad at...
This is just an example.
This is an example. I'm not saying that...
The many you've experienced in the past.
Yeah, I'm not saying, like, Sophia always does this or that she's notorious for it. I'm just saying she did this, and it's not okay.
She provided a good example for you.
I hope Sophia listens to this because I'm pissed off at Sophia for it still. But, like, when you're arguing with somebody and then they're, like, in their head, there's, like, a moment, and they're like, shit. Shit, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, and I've been wrong for a minute now.
Yeah.
And then they
kind of...
They switch up.
Yeah, you want to... Yeah, they kind of change their story. They almost, like, kind of agree with you, but they're like...
Instead of just... And I was like, the whole time we were arguing, I was like, just say, I was wrong, you were right. Just say that.
Yeah.
And Sophia was like, no, but I wasn't. And I was like, oh, but you were. But you were, though.
Oh, but you were. Yeah.
Yeah, it was frustrating. And then there's this girl at my work who, she came in, like, okay, so I've been a supervisor at UPS for about 2.5 years. When I started off as a supervisor, I was a training supervisor. All I did was paperwork. And, I trained new hires, but, like, became proficient at filling out the paperwork. And every once in a while now, my current position, sometimes I still have to fill out that same paperwork, just less often.
Okay.
Well, this girl who works on the dock close to mine, she came up to me and she was like, hey, show me how to do this paperwork. And I was like, you don't know how to do the paperwork?
Yeah.
So you've been a supervisor. I mean, she hasn't, granted, she's only been a supervisor for a few months, and at UPS, they don't always take the time necessary to train people to do their jobs.
Just throw them in the pool.
Yeah, a little bit. Sink or swim, baby. But anyway.
That's right.
I, like, kind of gave her a hard time for not knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I know how to do it. I'm just making sure you know how to do it. Which is like a joke from, like, 1980s cartoons.
Yeah.
But she was being serious.
Serious, yeah.
And, like,
I've done that
it's very
just as a joke.
Yeah, you do it as a joke.
Like, oh yeah, I knew how to do that.
Yeah, I knew that, duh. Or like when you like, you know, you're trying to, like, your glue stick situation, say like you knock something over and you're like, yeah, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's that.
Yeah.
And that's the same joke.
Glue stick situation.
You remember when you tried to throw the glue stick into the trash can?
You're right.
Well, you forgot your own story? Maybe you lied. Maybe you made up the story.
I meant to do that.
Yeah.
Right? See what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah,
give me that.
Thanks, Nux.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just frustrating when you're arguing with somebody and they can't be like...
up.
They switch up their argument like halfway. And it's so like...
I don't know why people don't like being wrong.
People...
nobody likes being wrong, but they can't, like, they just can't accept it. Like, it's a weird thing. It's so weird.
Everybody dislikes being wrong about things, but the fact that nobody's able to, like...
Nobody's always right.
Nobody is always right. You're right. And, like, it's so hard for people to say, like, I was wrong.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
You were right. I was wrong. Another thing I want to say about, like, other than, like, switching up their story at the end of an argument when they realize they're losing, another thing they do, they get, like, emotional. Not, like, in the sense they're, like, crying.
But, like, they get...
it could happen.
Raise their voice, getting mad.
There's, like, raising their voice, getting mad, but there's also, like... changing the subject, like, well, I don't know why you're just attacking me. Like I was just sitting here, and you're
right.
What's your deal, man? You know.
Or they bring up something that you did, and that has nothing to do with it. You know. What about this mistake that you made? You know, and I was like, you know, and like that's happened to me too. And you have to be like, yeah, that was a mistake that I made. And I learned from it. You know, and like just try to. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. You know?
They try to swerve the argument so you just forget about it.
The logical and rational person in every argument is going to be the victor, even when they're wrong. That's why I've always been so good at arguing points, even when, like, there's been times like Dennis was like the most fun. Just like I would argue something just to be right about something I'm wrong about. Yeah. You know, like just make something up, you know, or like start just like make a joke, and he's like, "What?" And then in my head there's like a split second where I'm like, "Oh, he doesn't know I'm joking. Let's keep this going." Start an argument. He's like, "Whatever, dude." And then you go, "Nah, I was just playing though."
You work them up so much, and they're like, "I was just playing."
But like, just because I don't get super emotional. I don't freak out. I don't yell. Like, just use logic and rationale whenever I'm arguing, you know? That person's going to be the victor of every argument.
Another thing, whenever, like, I don't, as you could probably tell, I don't get into arguments a lot.
Not much,
right?
no.
When someone, like, disagrees with me, or, like, I'm trying to, like, tell them, like, this is the way it is, and they're, like, kind of like, no, it's not. And, like, I kind of, like, realize this is, like, hopeless.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I just use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'll go, well, when you're wrong, you're wrong, you know?
It's ruthless. Well, you know, you're wrong.
Yeah, well, you're obviously wrong, but that's okay, you know? I've been wrong. That's what I do. I've been wrong before. I know how it feels.
Yeah, that's funny.
So like, rude. But, yeah, I'd say we covered that pretty well.
That is good. Arguments, perfect, yes.
This is another topic that has to do with age, but, like, I think 22 is a really, probably the reason I got a lot going on in my mind that I have had going on. I don't think that sentence made sense, but...
No, it didn't.
22 is... No, it didn't. Thank you for supporting that.
Keep going.
22 is like a really mentally transitional age. It's like, kind of like middle school, you know, where you're, like, learning shit, and, like, it's not quite as,
defining.
Yeah, it's not as defining. There you go. It's
Great Scott.
Great Scott.
I don't know if any of you heard that, but there was a fat thunder.
Yeah.
A deep thunder.
A clap. A thunder clap.
A thunder clap.
But yeah, anyway, it's like kind of like a middle school where you're, like, learning things and, like, figuring stuff out and kind of learning who you are,
it's a transitional stage.
Very transitional stage. Well, it feels like that's where I'm at right now, you know. 22, like, you know, 4 or 5 years out of high school, you know, just kind of trying to figure out, like, what is going to be next. It's kind of like...
All right, what now?
It's like a what now moment, and you know, I think people go through those a lot throughout life, and it's like.
Now, are you saying the age of 22? Ellie, this is what you're experiencing? It could be.
It definitely is what I'm experiencing, and I feel like it's not abnormal.
It's more common in the early 20s, I would say.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
I would say, it's not like 22, like, oh, it's my 22nd birthday, I'm now in this transitional phase.
September, when you're 22, all right? It's August, but it's going to be... No, never mind.
It's okay, I'm not mad at you. Thanks. But yeah, I don't know, it's just been weird. It's just been a weird few, like... It's been a weird few months. You know what else it is, like, I have this podcast, but, like, it's tough right now because, like, every week besides this podcast, besides recording this, the only thing I'm looking forward to is the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's, like, UFC fights on, so that's been fun to look forward to, but, like, there's not, like, many things that, like, I look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, especially week to week. I'm just like, payday weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Payday weekend.
When you're working a lot. See, I've always never had a set work schedule for a certain amount of time, or like a long amount of time. Mm-hmm. I'm always switching up my work schedule, so like that kind of creates, like, I'm not always looking forward to the weekend because sometimes I work on the weekend.
Right.
It just, I don't know. I think that's very helpful in just keeping my mind,
like, changing it up a little bit. Yeah, I just work Monday through Friday.
Yeah,
every week.
It just kind of like.
I think there's benefits to that too, though. You know, just like, you know, the routine. I'm used to it. You know, but yeah, it's just been like. It's been a transitional phase, because I mean, we've talked a lot about how, like, I used to be a lot more wild, more you know, extrovert, like outgoing type, but now, like, I want, like, my circle of people, but everybody else I don't want them to, like,
Joe Golf.
I don't want them to look at me, talk to me, breathe the same oxygen as me.
I want them dead.
I want them eradicated. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that, but...
It's just been a weird, like I said, just a transitional phase, you know. I don't think the same way I did 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know.
I was kind of thinking about that on the way here.
Yeah.
Like, the person, let's say your 5-year-old self, okay? I know how, okay, let's say 7, okay? I know how I was, like, when I was 7.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm, like, similar, but, like, for the most part, I'm, like, nothing like that.
Yeah, I just...
Like, it's crazy, like, that person is, like, does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Like, where'd they go? Do they just kind of, like...
That's just because you've learned, though. Like, if you take the core of each person, you know, you at 7,
their life essence,
their essence, it's gonna be the same. And then if you knew somebody at 7 and knew them really well, they disappeared for 12 years and then or 13 years because you're 20, not 19, and like you saw them again, I think they would not be very surprised at the person that you become, just because it's just because of all the knowledge that you gain over time. I'd say when I was 7, I knew like way too much for a 7-year-old, just because my older brother was, you know, and like taught me things obviously a child shouldn't learn, and like I have always had I was a potty mouth like child, you know, always really good about turning it off when, you know, I'm around the right people, but like even when I was young, I was good at that. I never really had slip-ups where I would accidentally...
You had a good filter for the most part.
Yeah. Even at a super young age, I never had, like, a bad slip-up where I would accidentally say something inappropriate in front of, like, an adult, you know? And, I don't know. I think at the core, you kind of stay the same person. But it depends on what kind of experiences you go through, like trauma and stuff like that.
That's a good point.
So, especially at that middle school age, you know, because that is the most defining transitional period, because you just like that your brain is still forming like hardcore. It's still like shaping and shit.
I have another interesting thought.
Okay, give me it. Give me that thought.
All right,
spray that thought all over
imagine me. Right here where we're recording our 5-star studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the same room.
You know, Jay-Z recorded his first album here?
No way.
Yeah, dead serious. Go ahead, though.
For real. I didn't know that, so.
Crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Huh. Anyway,
Sorry.
Quit handing me. Anyway. So what if there's a 5-year-old Charlie here.
Yeah.
There's like a middle school Charlie here. And there's a high school Charlie here.
I'd kick all their asses.
And it was like, how would that like work? Like you're just seeing yourself, like how you act.
So it's just, like a weird.
Sorry, I dropped my keys.
Dropped my something.
Yeah.
So it's like a weird. What is that?
It's a dog.
Oh.
How'd that dog get in this 5-star studio?
It's a weird piece of, like... Pause that shit. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I dropped my keys.
Yeah, I dropped my keys, then a dog showed up, then people started yelling. Anyway,
this usually never happens in this 5-star studio.
It has never happened. It has never happened.
The securities are here, and then they just...
Yeah, they let the crazies in the front door today. But, like, okay, I get what you're saying, though, about, like, the kids... You know, younger me. What was it? 5-year-old me.
It was like 5-year-old you, middle school you, and high school you. And
okay.
You now.
And I think that, like you're saying, there's like a piece of technology that you can get that like it's like kind of like a clone. They're like clones of me, but they're like exact copies of me at those ages.
Honestly, I didn't think of like the technology behind this. I just thought like.
You're thinking all fantasy, right? Time to grow up.
Fantasy.
Time to grow up. All right. Oh, science is making this shit happen right now.
Santa Claus isn't real. There's no Queen of England.
Yeah, there is.
But I didn't make that joke. It's from a movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
But okay, so I just want to say, since our recording was interrupted, and then this guy over here,
my keys.
The guy said to me, the dude, hey, we're at about a half hour, so let's do about another half hour, right? You remember saying that?
I do recall.
This is the mid-season finale.
Okay.
I don't see any. I want to get through all of it.
Okay.
Get through all of it. You know, if it's a little longer, oh well, people got more shit to listen to.
Is what it is.
You know, and if they don't like it, then just hit.
What it
If
is.
they don't like it, just hit the like button anyway. But because I still got a lot of notes.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
We've just been.
You idiot.
I dropped my keys again.
These damn keys. These clumsy. These keys must just love that gravity anyway.
Okay.
You do this. This next thing I'm about to bring up.
It's something.
Dude, were we done talking about the kid versions of ourselves?
It'd just be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
All right, go. Let's keep
Next,
going.
this recording has all gone to shit. All right.
Yeah, it was neat.
So, this is something you do. This is something Jess does. And
Pick her nose.
yeah, picks her nose, eats it, and then offers to share it with me. No, I'm joking. She doesn't do that.
I don't do that either.
She doesn't share it with me.
I don't. What?
But she'll go, I like to think of myself as a relatively funny guy,
Okay.
Comical. I like to make jokes. I love making jokes you shouldn't make,
Yeah.
And, I always make jokes with Jess, obviously.
Jokes with Jess.
Jokes with Jess, yeah, JWJ. Welcome back to JWJ. This is Jokes with Jess. Anyway,
What a sucky podcast. I'm joking. I'm sure it'd be all right.
I'm sure it would be a good podcast, Jess. Love you. But, I'll tell a joke, and then it'll be obviously hilarious, because I've never, and I'm 22, it's August, so I'll be 23 in just, 4 months.
December 15th.
I don't remember your birthday. You just told me in an episode, 3 weeks ago. Don't remember it.
April? Bad friend.
April?
Terrible friend.
May?
Okay. Yeah.
It's in May?
It's in May.
May 19th?
Terrible friend.
Okay, anyway. I give up.
It's all right. I'm not going to tell you.
That's fine. I'll look it up on the internet later.
All right.
But,
The guy's birthday.
yeah, Wikipedia. But anyway, I'm almost 23 years old. Do the math, that's several thousand days.
Right.
And every day, since I was probably 5 or 6, I've made several jokes a day. So that's we're entering hundreds of thousands, of jokes.
Right.
And I've never told a bad joke. Ever.
Okay.
Now, there might have been jokes that fell flat. Right?
You don't think a joke falling flat's a bad joke?
Nope.
Okay, go on.
Because somebody, somewhere, would find it funny.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I mean, I could go right now, and a 5-year-old's gonna, you farted, and you're not gonna find it funny.
I found it pretty funny, actually. But I found it funny because of the point you were trying to send, I guess. The noise itself was not funny. But, anyway, I've never told a bad joke, ever.
Okay.
And Jess does this thing, and you do it too, where I'll tell a joke, and she'll go, that's funny.
Yeah.
Now, the difference is, when you do it, you laugh for, it'll be when we're, wrapping up the laughter.
Uh-huh.
Wrapping the laughter.
Okay.
Welcome back to Wrapping the Laughter with Charlie and Caleb. Anyway.
Sucky podcast.
Shitty podcast.
Should be all right.
I'm sure it'd be fine. Love you.
I was hoping we could replicate what we did earlier.
But
Love who? What?
it's
Go on.
it's just, you will laugh and then go, that's funny. She'll just say that's funny instead of laughing, and then I'm like, you're just saying that so I don't feel stupid.
Well, the reason why I go, whew, that's funny, is because I want to make it sound more genuine, because I feel bad, because I want to make you feel like you're funny.
When the laugh is over, it's it feels, it's a hard thing. When the laugh, clammy ass hands.
Sorry, I dropped my keys again.
But yeah, I don't know. It just, she'll, I'll tell a joke, hilarious one, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, can't. But she'll go, that's funny. And my very first thought is, You didn't think it was funny.
Yeah.
Because when shit's funny, I laugh.
You are lying.
You're lying to me. Like, imagine if you went to, like, a stand-up comedy show, and every time the comedian got through the punchline, everyone's like, that's funny.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Nobody laughs, though.
Or like a sitcom. Someone makes a joke.
And then, like the recorded laughter.
Who left a sock in the garbage disposal?
That's funny.
That's funny.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
That's pretty funny.
It's like not
no
the same.
laugh track. There's a that's funny track.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just an observation I made, and an observation clearly nobody else has ever made. You know, I'm very original.
Right.
But that's pretty much it for it. It's frustrating. And I called her out for it, and she's like, no, I actually think it's funny.
Journey.
And I'm like, okay, you know, I don't think you think it's funny.
I don't think you think it's funny.
I don't think that you think it's funny.
I don't think you think it's funny.
But, you know, it is what it is. Life moves on.
It does. The world keeps turning.
So,
The world.
there's this sports bar,
All right.
and they have pretty good wings. And no, I'm not talking about Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm talking to the one... I'm talking about the one
Sorry, I dropped my keys.
that you don't bring your girlfriend to. Hooters.
Oh.
Hooters, okay, let's just get this out of the way.
Okay.
Hooters has some really fire wings. People
Yeah.
hate them. People are like, dude, Hooters sucks. Why? Their wings are fire, you know? But anyway, every once in a while, you know, it's been, I don't remember the last time I was there, but I remember the last time I was there.
I remember the last time I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, the last time I was there, I don't even remember who I was with. Couple of friends probably. You know, I doubt I was there by myself, and I definitely wasn't there with a lady. But every once in a while I'll go and, like, see a guy there about my age with a girl who's about my age, and I'm like, dude, is that your girlfriend?
Yeah.
You know? Did you actually bring your girlfriend to Hooters? Mm-hmm. You know? Isn't that weird?
I mean, yeah.
So your girlfriend just gets to look at you like, obviously the point of Hooters is, I mean, I guess
the selling point, the way they advertise it
is these women dressing pretty revealing, I suppose, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, you just want your girlfriend to like watch you look at
Imagine
all these other women?
Imagine yourself, all right? There's a Peckers, okay?
A what?
A Peckers.
What is that?
We're just going to keep going, okay? There's a Peckers. There's not actually a Peckers, but imagine there's a Peckers, okay? It's a bar.
that's the...
There's a bunch of shirtless men in jeans, all right? They're oiled. They're serving you, I don't know,
I get what you're saying.
wings, okay?
Right. Just
Your
same exact food. Same exact
food. Your girlfriend brings you, and she's just eyeing these hunks up and
These
down.
gentlemen.
And you're like, Jess,
Yeah, come on.
come on, stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peckers.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Peckers. But, like, if there's, like, a group of friends going, like, sometimes Hooters shows, like, the fights, you know?
Yeah.
If a group of friends is going and the girls want to come with us, then, like, that's totally fine, I think, you know? But because Hooters is, like, you know, it's a sports bar, like I said, so it's got a good vibe to it. And, like, everybody's having fun, you know? And their food is really good.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think I don't know, it just, like, to go, like, on a straight-up date with your girlfriend to Hooters,
That
I think
makes sense.
is
It's kind of uncomfortable, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, how would a group be any different? But
It's different.
a little bit. But yeah, I digress.
I forgot about this past week. There was a really gnarly storm.
Wait, so you didn't just work?
What?
When we were talking about our weeks, you were like, I worked, you go.
Well, this actually isn't something that I did.
Oh.
But,
Just gonna ignore that.
after the gnarly thunderstorm, I was leaving my home. I exited my back door, look outside.
Your pad.
I always park under this tree. Always. In my back, my house is on a corner, so it's got 2 driveways.
The great redwood.
Yep. And this tree, I always park under it. Birds will take little poopies and doo-doos on my car, and I'm used to that. I don't like it, but I'm used to it. I just wash it off when I have to.
It.
But this past week during the thunderstorm, I think a rogue branch, went ahead and let gravity overcome its whatever, and it fell on my hood, the hood of my car.
Interesting.
So I'm exiting my home, approaching my vehicle,
Yeah.
and I go, well, would you look at that? A branch
Perfect.
on my hood.
It's just what I needed.
So I guess this was actually over the weekend, because I remember now, I was going to see my Uncle Donnie, who was in but
Okay.
so I get there, the branches on my car, I'm like, bad news. I remove it,
Yeah.
and I'm going to burn that branch. I'm going to burn it.
I'm gonna skin
I'm
it.
seeking-
I'm gonna skin that branch.
I'm now seeking retribution against that branch. But there's a small dent on my hood.
Perfect.
Small dent. And I can see it from inside the car, too. And it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts me. It's a pretty nice car. Just to look at,
Yeah.
It's not like the craziest,
It's no Cadillac.
No, it's not. But, yeah. And, the old dent. Pretty sad about it. So to this day, I wish it didn't happen.
Can you buff it out?
I don't know. I took a plunger to it. I was trying to, but all I did was smear shit all over my hood.
So you use a used plunger, huh? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Only plunger I had, though.
I reckon could have found a better way to approach this. But, I don't know. I just wish it didn't happen. It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
How about when people say aesthetically pleasing?
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it's just, I just really like it. It's very aesthetically pleasing, right? Does that bother you at all?
I know it bothers you.
Oh, man.
It's just...
It really do be bothering me.
I feel like it bothers me as much as the word essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that's a similar thing.
Yeah, but the word essentially bothered you so much, you made a note about it, and we're talking about it on the podcast.
So I guess it does bother me.
Yeah.
Enough.
You know what?
Yeah, the word essentially, I really threw a fit over it.
You threw a fit
Looking
over
back.
it. Yeah. I mean, you were... This was off air, but he was on the ground screaming into the floor.
Essentially!
Kicking and punching the ground, kicking the ground. I mean, I've never seen face just red as an apple, Never seen anything like it.
Maybe I'm just a little more at peace with it now that I've complained about it. I've just got that anger out. But yeah, you don't need to say it.
You don't need to say aesthetically pleasing. Just say
it's nice to look at.
It looks nice.
It looks nice.
It looks nice.
It's nice. It's a sight for sore eyes.
Yeah, I don't know why it bothers me so much. I think it's just because of the people I've heard use it and the way they use it, and I've always just it's the same thing as essentially. It's just it's like people just say it to be interesting, Yeah. I don't know.
Look at the aesthetic.
Yeah, the aesthetic.
That's what you sound like when you use that word. Aesthetically.
These next few that I have are actually just little facts. So, do you have any other notes that we want to cover real quick? Touch base on.
I mean, a few.
Okay.
but nothing like too.
Let's talk about them.
Why'd they skip iPhone 9?
Oh, that is my kind of note right there, bro. That is what I'm talking about, dude.
I was not expecting that response, but
I am so
I actually
proud of you right
my
now.
My note says YTF they skip iPhone 9.
Yeah.
Question mark, question mark.
It's so silly. It's like they just couldn't wait to make one called X.
No, okay, I know why, but like, why?
What is the reason?
The reason that I know, it was like iPhone's 10th anniversary or something. That's why they called it iPhone X. Okay? It was for their anniversary.
Okay.
However, I think they could have waited for the iPhone 10, for when the iPhone 10 actually came out.
Yeah.
Just celebrate your 10th anniversary, okay? It's neat. It's cool. 10th anniversary. Yay. But
you don't need to change the chronology of the iPhones because it's the 10-year anniversary,
right.
You know?
It's dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb.
That's the only reason. And they didn't even go back. They just went on to 11.
There is no iPhone 9.
No.
They're like about to, they're on the
12.
11,
They're working on the 12.
about to release the 12. There's no iPhone 9.
Screw you, 9.
And there will never be an iPhone 9.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
7, 8, 9.
Oh, yeah.
I just
because
thought of
7 8 it.
Yeah.
There's no 9 because 7 8 9.
Yeah. 7 chowed down on.
7 consumed 9. Cannibalized 9.
Huh.
Yeah, that is a good note, dude. I'm happy. I like that. I don't have anything to add to it, but wow.
I think that covered it.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Aggravating. It's like, you know, there's PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. They're about to release PlayStation 5 this winter. There's an Xbox. There's an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
There's an Xbox One. Mm-hmm. And they're about to drop the Xbox Series X. It goes Xbox 360.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, it seems kind of ridiculous.
Then it's Xbox One, right?
Yeah, and then Series X.
And then Series X. Weird. There is no, like, pattern.
Yeah.
I
mean, at least they're, like, none of it makes sense.
That's true.
Rather than, like, it makes sense, then all of a sudden they're like, screw logic.
Yeah. Because everybody, like, when they made the 360 and then they were working on the Xbox One, it was when they were working on it was before the current generation of consoles was out. They were working on them, and, like, the rumor was Xbox 720.
Uh-huh.
Because it went Xbox, then Xbox 360. So
That's
another
right.
360 would be
720,
yeah. Which was a fair assumption.
It was a fair assumption, yeah.
But
you ever think...
Alas, it ended up being called One.
Alas. You ever think, like, sometimes companies... they have a plan for a name for so like the Xbox 720. They're like, we're gonna name this Xbox 720, and then someone like assumes that's what it's gonna be called, like in the public, and then everyone thinks it's that, and they're like, let's change the name just to make them.
Right. That's a good.
You think that ever happens?
It might, or maybe they were not going to call it. Maybe they actually were planning on calling it the Xbox One.
Yeah. And
everybody's like, yeah, the Xbox 720 is coming out. And they're like, Bill Gates is like, oof, maybe we should call it the 720. Everybody's already calling it that.
That's pretty good.
Bill Gates. But yeah, I don't know. Either of those conversations could be had.
Yeah.
I always just think of, like, the South Park episodes that make fun of the console wars.
Oh, yeah.
You know? It's like the Black Friday episodes where they're dressed like fantasy characters and...
Yeah. I remember it vaguely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good epi.
Good epi. Check it out.
Check it out. It's
we don't sponsor them. But
season 16, episode 12. I'm joking. I don't know. Could you imagine, though, if I could just pull it out of the air like that?
That'd be impressive.
That'd be impressive.
I have another thing.
Yeah, get all your thoughts out right now.
Have you seen the Blockbuster tweet?
No. The Blockbuster tweet?
Yeah. As in Blockbuster, the movie rental thing.
Okay.
Blockbuster made a tweet. Let me see if I can get on Twitter real quick.
Yeah. Jamie,
check it out.
Jamie, pull that tweet up.
Jams. It was a tweet saying, yeah, hold up, I can pull this up.
From the verified Blockbuster Twitter account?
Yep. And I just want to know, just like this little story, I want to know who runs the account.
Yeah. Well, it's probably been nobody for like several years.
Okay, so their last tweet was in 2014, okay?
Okay.
And then they retweeted a few things like a few days ago, okay?
Okay.
And all of a sudden, their first tweet that they made themselves in 6 years, okay? This was 2 days ago. Probably today it's different because, you know, the time confusion.
Right.
But when we're recording this, it was 2 days ago. They say just checking in. They tweet that.
All they said was just checking in?
Yep, just checking in with a waving emoji. All right. It got 950 likes. 950,000 likes.
Okay.
So
I was like, that's not a lot.
darn near 1 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that kind of makes you think they're going to make a comeback or something.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Blockbuster's back. And then a day ago, they're like, okay, we've seen enough checking out. Like, what? Are you kidding me? That's like such a tease.
Yeah.
Like, who tweeted that? Who found the login to that?
There was one person, one human being that typed those tweets out and hit the send button.
It's like, just checking in. Okay, we've seen enough checking out. No comeback. See that? There's these two tweets.
I love the punctuation, too, which just makes it seem like they're being more, like... It just seems more, like, aggressive.
Checking out, period.
That's crazy.
Is that funny? And then, like, look, just...
Nothing.
Nothing. 2014.
They went dark. They went dark again.
They went dark. So
it's been actually nearly 6.5 years because it was their last tweet was in January 14.
That's right. Could have been 2013. 12 days shy of 2013.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like ridiculous. How'd you find that?
I just saw it. I mean, it got a 900, dang near 1 million likes.
Almost 1 million likes. Chances are somebody close to us was
It's like so and so liked.
Right. What else you got? Air it all out. Air it all out. Buddy.
How did Simon Cowell get famous?
What have you been up to this past week?
What do you mean? I don't know how.
Your notes lately, your notes today are just blowing me away.
But like, really, how did he get famous? Like, what's he do other than critique music? He can't sing.
I think. No, he can't sing. I mean, originally, when they made American Idol, like, what was it? Like him and who else?
It was like Randy. Was his name Randy?
Yeah, it was.
And then there was like, I want to say Paula Abdul. I don't know how I remember this.
But
it was like those three judges.
I think it might have just been like that this show was kind of like a shot in the dark with three judges that all weren't really famous, you know. Maybe they took acting classes wherever they were from or something, and I'm like, Simon probably got huge just from like being like relentless about his critique.
It's kind of like similar to Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, actually.
Kind of same.
It's a very similar
mannerisms
vibe.
And
yeah. So I mean, because chances are he wasn't that famous, and then everybody's like, "That's Simon, guys, like a total jerk,
just murking everyone."
And boom, he is. Yeah. Now he's on like every judge.
Yeah, he's every on America's Got Talent.
Britain's Got Talent.
Britain's Got Talent.
Every show that requires a judge, he's a judge. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. That's a really good thought, man.
I mean, I'm sure like
it's crazy.
If you go on his Wikipedia page or whatever, you could like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like he's just a judge. That's all everyone knows him as a judge. But the reason why I saw that was another tweet I saw. And it was just like, is that him? Why does he look so weird?
Dude, there was... Somebody posted, let me see if I can find it. Somebody posted something that was like, there's no way in hell these are the same person. Look at this. Look at that. It's 3 different guys.
Those are 3 different guys.
Those are 3 different people.
Hold up.
So I don't know.
His nose looks so different in all of them.
His neck in that middle one is like hanging.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he probably just gets surgery like a lot of famous people do. If I was famous, I'd get surgery.
His eyes just look so much more saggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't believe you weren't going to bring... You almost didn't bring that up.
I didn't see that tweet.
No, I mean no, I'm saying you almost didn't bring up the Simon note.
Oh, yeah.
You were about to...
I was like, yeah, I don't know. I almost didn't bring up the iPhone 9 thing either.
These are all your notes?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we won't air it out then, huh?
I mean, some of it is just like, this is just my arsenal.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not... I guess it's not so obvious.
That makes sense.
Nux. Can I say another thing?
Of course,
That's
you
just
can say...
a fun fact, interesting. My aunt, who's like 25, she tested the Cardinals for COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So some people, they just shove a freaking swab up their brain, and then she took the samples and I guess dissected them or whatever.
Wow.
And she was the one who found,
She a microbiologist?
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, that's actually that's pretty awesome.
That's
actually,
a fun fact.
So wait, she's the reason that the Cardinals aren't playing right now?
Solely the reason. I'm sure there was other people on her team or whatever she worked with that also helped her, but she was involved with it.
So let's talk about a few facts here, right?
Right.
And I read these online, so they're take them with a grain of salt.
Hold on, I'll be back.
Where are you going?
I was gonna make a stupid joke.
Oh.
I'm gonna get a grain of salt.
Cotton candy was invented by a dentist.
All right.
It's a little fascinating.
Yeah. Interesting.
Now this next
Fortune
one.
cookies was invented by Americans.
Yep.
Yeah.
1/4 of your bones, you, Caleb, 1/4 of your bones are in your feet.
That makes sense.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah.
Because it's one.
I mean, if you look at your arm,
It's 5% of our body.
If you look at your arm, you said 25%.
Yeah, 1/4 of your bones.
Yeah. Because the most of your body is just so simple. Your skull is that's one giant.
Yeah.
Bone. I mean, I'm no expert. But
yeah, you don't know.
Just a skull.
You
though.
don't know what you're talking about.
It's just your face doesn't move.
Right.
Bone wise, there's no joints in your face.
Yeah.
But the foot.
Except the jaw.
The jaw.
But
anyway, I'm 5.
There's 26 bones in each foot.
Okay. Pretty sure I broke my foot, but
No, you didn't. That's 52 total.
okay.
206 bones in the body, and 52 of them are in your feet. And that's just a little bit over 25%. It's 25 point something percent, and that's crazy.
Crazy.
Because your feet, compared to your body, are small.
They're a teeny.
So,
If you think about it, though, the human body.
yeah, let's think about the human body as a whole.
Let's think the human body as a whole, yeah. The foot, we're always on our feet. Do you think we have more bones because those take the brunt of the work?
No,
You don't think that?
I don't think that.
Why not?
I think maybe the structure of our feet has not all the bones themselves. I think the bones, the reason there's so many in our feet is because of this very specific ways we have to move our feet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
I don't think it was.
See what I did there?
When you have to stand on your toes to grab something, when you have to climb something, walking up the stairs versus just standing, there's very specific
Think of
movement
all the
from
terrain.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot of stabilizers or just something.
Yeah, there's very specific movement in your toes that are important, and that's probably why there's so many. But
if you think about it, also your foot kind of is a little flexible. It's just not like a slab.
Right.
Your foot can bend.
a slab of meat.
My foot has no bones in it.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not God, so I don't know what I don't know what the.
I'm not the architect, so
Yeah, I'm not the architect for the human body.
right.
So I don't really know.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh,
doctors know, but
But so let's talk about these animals, right? If you were to guess what the largest.
By the way, guys, the parrots are saved.
Oh yeah, we did. Thank you.
Thank you for all the help.
We raised what, like $763,000 saving the. I mean,
you're right.
And to get dietitians for these parrots, and
Parrots in the South America.
They're all safe.
Yemen area.
I'm very glad you brought that up.
Yeah, they're good now. But
they're
anyway,
all good.
Animals.
Thank you, all you guys. If you were to guess what animal is the largest in the world, what do you think your guess would be?
Whale.
Yeah. Okay.
You're wrong. Am I wrong?
No, you're correct.
Okay, cool.
So let's talk about. So okay, I watched Aquaman.
Okay.
For the first time.
Recently?
Yeah, probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I was thinking, wow.
Wow.
You know, I want to say there was a whale in it, or maybe just like the marine life that they endured made me think about whales. So I was like looking up how big a whale actually is, and it was you know what happened? I was looking up. I was like, a killer whale is actually a dolphin, which is true. It's a species of dolphin.
Look at you.
And so I was like, yeah, look, and I was like looking it up, and I saw how much they weighed, and I was like, that's heavy. That's a heavy animal.
It's a hefty.
Let's see. KILLER space WHALE go. Killer whale or an orca is 3,000 to 6,000 pounds female. Males are 8,000 to 12,000 pounds. Okay, remember that number, 8,000 to 12,000 pounds. That's huge.
For a what now?
A killer whale.
Okay, 8,000 to 12,000.
8,000 to 12,000 pounds, up to 26 feet long, which is about probably the length of that wall. The length of that wall, maybe a little less.
Kind of 4 people lined up, almost.
Yeah. Pretty long.
Pretty long.
26 feet, 12,000 pounds. Remember those. Remember those
8 to
dimensions. Now,
write that down.
a blue whale. Okay. Now, if you remember, a killer whale weighed about 12,000 pounds. That's like the highest. A blue whale can weigh 110,000 to 330,000 pounds. That's 10 to 30 times the weight of a killer whale. Okay? So
wild.
Keep that in mind. They can be up to 90 years old, which is crazy. 82 feet long. Females are about 82 feet. Males are about 79 feet long.
The blue whale.
The blue whale.
Okay.
And it's so I tell you that and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because your brain, it's not interesting, I mean, maybe it's interesting, but it's not blowing you away because your brain isn't fathoming the numbers, 330,000 pounds.
Yeah.
If something 25 pounds gets dropped on your head, you have a concussion.
Wait, what? How?
If you drop something that weighs 25 pounds on your head, you have a concussion. Probably even some neck damage. What the? Bleep that out. I'm just going crazy right now.
It's just a mistake. I'm not going to bleep that out.
Didn't I use an F-bomb?
Did you?
I think I did. We'll have to listen.
I thought you were like, damage.
No.
And you're like, bleep out the...
We'll have to listen to the...
Yeah, we'd have to...
Pretty sure I used an F-bomb because I was just going crazy about these
whales are freaking huge, man. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
We'll have to mark that 36 minutes, don't forget.
Okay.
To the second recording. We're just over an hour, by the way.
So it seems, yes.
Let's look at this.
So is the blue whale? What's the biggest whale?
The blue whale. It's the biggest animal.
They're not that big.
But it's just crazy because 330 pounds. Yeah. If something 25 pounds gets dropped on your head, you have a concussion.
Could die.
330,000 pounds. If that's just
that's a
if that like leans up against you, you're crushed, like flattened.
There's some buildings that.
No, because those are like steel structures and stuff. I mean, chill out before you say something stupid. They are the largest animal ever recorded.
All right. Okay.
They are the largest animal ever recorded to live on Earth. They can measure up to 100 feet, which is the length of 3 school buses. Okay?
Yeah.
3 school buses.
It's not that big.
And weigh, this says 441 pounds, 441,000 pounds. Their tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Their tongue weighs as much as an elephant.
Okay.
You're starting to piss me off.
Okay.
They're the loudest animals on the planet. Who cares? 80 to 90 years on average. Who cares? This is the fact that like blew me away the most. A human being. Okay.
Yeah.
I just hate how I just know you're going to be underwhelmed by this.
Okay.
A human being.
I'll be open.
Don't like fake freak out. I'll be pissed.
No.
A human being can swim through the veins of a blue whale.
It's impressive. It's cool. Okay. At this point.
Impressive.
It's impressive.
It's impressive.
The vein structure. It's magnificent. It's magnificent. That's cool. It's a cool thing.
A human being can swim through its veins.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What is it about that just like doesn't freak you out?
I think at first you were talking about like orcas or like killer whales, and I was just like, okay, cool. We're not like at the big whale yet. I was just kind of like, okay, neat. But so I wasn't like freaking out too much about it. I was just kind of like,
I brought up killer whales because they're massive.
No, it's good because what you did nothing wrong. Okay,
I know.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, explain your thought process. I'm sorry.
So there's no need to justify yourself because I told you did nothing wrong. Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
You were talking about orcas and killer whales. Okay. It was a good.
I wasn't talking about orcas and killer whales. I was talking about
the
orcas,
same thing,
also known as killer whales.
It was a good. It gave me a good perspective because you gave me like there was like the length of the humans, right? And then we went on to the whales. It was a good segue. Mm-hmm. Segment. I'm freaking out.
I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna attack you because you fumbled a word.
Okay.
I'm attacking you because you're being a jerk.
At first, it was just me like, all right, yeah, I'm just trying to like understand the knowledge.
Where I'm going.
I wasn't.
You're trying to retain.
Yeah, because the killer whale isn't the biggest animal.
Not even close.
I was just you were comparing like a human is this big compared to a killer whale. It's this big. I'm like, okay, cool. And like I wasn't that like shocked because I'm like, okay, it sounds about right.
Right.
And then like the more you kept going, I was like, okay, right. And then I kind of noticed how bothered you were by it. And the more you continued, the more I kind of wanted to not like react, just be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So I just
because when I was so
the vein thing was something else.
That's crazy.
It's something else. I'm sure like I've heard it before, but like it's still crazy. But I wanted to react like, oh.
So I wish the
mad at me.
I'm pissed. I wish the people could see this this diagram here, but this puts it into perspective. Like, so I was looking up orcas and killer whales both at the same time because it's the same animal, and I was like, wow, those are huge.
Yeah.
You know? And then
orcas and killer whales are the same thing.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, well, you know, people who looked this up also looked up these whales. And I looked up the next whale. I don't remember what it was.
Humpback.
Actually, I think it was the humpback. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, that's massive compared to the killer whale.
Crikey.
And then I was like, okay, what's the biggest whale?
Yeah.
It said blue whales. And I was reading the things, and I was just like, I can't even wrap my head around these numbers. I really can't.
Yeah.
And, like, if you look at this diagram, that's a human. This right here is supposed to be the size of a human.
Okay.
That's like I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Looks some sort of fish.
Yeah, thanks. But, like, that's like a bug to a human, you know? The human's like a bug and the whale's like a human.
That is big. And that's just like
Look at the school bus. Are you kidding me? Imagine getting run over by a school bus. Now imagine getting run over by a blue whale.
And it was like 330,000 pounds. Well, this one says...
This says 441,000, which I don't know if that's necessary. Who knows?
Can I say another thing?
Please say another thing.
Possibly.
Hurt me some more.
Possibly. Okay, let me just say this. Let me change my story a little bit to
Okay.
justify myself.
Okay.
I was saying like, oh, that could be like possibly more than a building. You're like, okay, let's not just
Yeah, I said let's not say anything
dumbass
stupid.
assumptions here. You know, I'm
It's like calm down before you say something
okay,
stupid.
all right. So that kind of fueled me even more to be like, oh, cool veins, you know. And I actually, like, right after you said that, I looked up, like, the weight of a house,
Yeah.
and it's, like, 80,000 to 160,000 pounds.
Of a house?
Yeah, so that's actually,
That actually is less than a blue whale.
yeah, so, but the fact that you're like, okay, let's not, I was actually, like,
When you were saying buildings, I was thinking of like skyscraper.
okay, yeah. But I was like, I don't know, I just felt betrayed.
You're right, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Killer whales attack blue whales in groups, which is crazy because killer whales are way tinier. Blue whales have been endangered since 1970. People hunt blue whales for oil. That's shitty. Someday these blue whales are going to be gone, and it's going to be because of human beings. And, like, then the biggest animal is going to be like a humpback, and everybody's going to be like, yeah, you know, it's not even that big because, like, there used to be a blue whale. But, yeah, I don't know. When I read the fact that that a human being could swim through the veins of a blue whale, I was like, dude, get out of town. Shut the front door right now.
How thick do those veins have to be?
Thick.
Okay. Has to be like
Something I wanted to address. Did you have anything else? Because we're about to start getting into the Urban Dictionary words, and then like start wrapping up pretty soon here. Because we're at like an hour and 15 right now, which isn't bad actually.
not big.
Not bad. Not bad. I can't believe I got so passionate talking about blue whales. I dropped the F-bomb hard, and you didn't even hear it. You didn't even notice it.
Just went over my head.
We're gonna have to like dig through the audio to find it. It
Just to
sucks.
make sure. Well, you said 36 minutes.
36 minutes, don't
of
forget.
The second recording. Because
Yeah.
I dropped my keys.
Remember the keys.
The keys made...
Do you have any other notes you wanted to go over real quick before we get into the old Urban Dictionary words?
Yeah, let me just get this over with.
Okay.
Drop my keys.
Yeah.
DoorDash theft. Okay.
DoorDash theft?
Theft. I feel like I've known like 3 stories of where someone didn't get their food from DoorDash.
Wow.
All right. I think if you have what goes through these criminals' minds, all right? It's a show. Interesting.
Right.
DoorDash theft. Let's say I want to commit DoorDash theft. Fraud, okay? I want to be fraudulent.
Right.
I just want a free meal, okay? That's all I want.
Right.
I work for DoorDash. I'm like, okay, this is a good way to get a free meal. I apply to DoorDash. I work for them until I come across a meal that's very, like, that appeals to me, that's aesthetically pleasing
Yeah.
to my appetite.
Right. Not even the same.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But it smells good to my mouth. It's like that. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm like, oh, this vegan food, I don't want that. I'm going to deliver it. You know, I'm going to do my job. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh.
Ooh, this sounds really good.
The Shack pizza.
Yeah.
What's it called? Shackaroni. Ooh, that's Shackaroni.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a Papa John's. We all know Papa John. But,
Yeah.
yeah, the Shackaroni. Ooh, that looks good. I think I'm going to keep it.
Right.
You know? And then I'm like, I'm going to put... It's my way of resigning from DoorDash. I'm like, I'm just going to take this meal. Thanks, guys.
Right. It's like you're saying I quit, but really
Yeah.
I'm stealing your food.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Like it,
Yeah.
you know? That's all.
That's a fascinating note.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say before we get into the Urban Dictionary words, I think we were talking about trying to get on Spotify.
Me?
And we're going to continue to try to do that because I know I've talked to some people that
Gonna stay on that voyage.
SoundCloud, yeah, we're still on the voyage, but SoundCloud is like inconvenient for some people because
True.
it is like an app that a lot of people don't have, so they got to
Yep.
download it. And then a lot of people have Spotify. And then also, I think if you go from one podcast to another, or even if you close the app and then open it again later, a lot of times your progress is lost. So we don't like that. So we just got to continue, to push, try to get on Spotify and
we
persevere.
We appreciate the platform SoundCloud has provided us, but it sucks. So we're trying to find a new.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no like bots on SoundCloud saying like we're looking for SoundCloud sucks.
Yeah.
And then
they're gonna
they just
ban us.
kick us off.
So I want to talk about anything else before we get into the Urban Dictionary
I'm ready
words?
for the words.
All right. Is yours pretty good?
It's all right.
Okay, because mine's not that good, but it is like an important conversation that I've...
I thought it is what it is?
No.
Okay. I was like looking at that. I'm like, we covered that pretty well.
Yeah, we
last
covered
time.
that in depth.
There's no more we can say about it.
It's funny because that was my note. It is what it is a note that I made. I didn't even get it from here. Anyway,
It's original.
so my Urban Dictionary term is celebrity free pass. Okay?
Okay.
Now, basically, that means a celebrity free pass is an agreement between you and your significant other that if you meet said celebrity and there is an opportunity to sleep with them, your partner cannot get mad at you for doing so because you had agreed beforehand that this person was your celebrity free pass. It is ideal if both of you in the relationship choose a celebrity free pass so that the playing field is even. Now, do you get what that means?
Explain some more.
So, basically, this is, I think the way they were describing it is like you get to choose one celebrity that if you ever meet, you're allowed to hook up with that celebrity.
Okay.
Right? But I think that it should just be all celebrities, because, like, here's the thing, right?
Here's the thing.
If Jess came to me and was like, listen, she's a big Luke Combs fan. That's a country singer.
Mm-hmm.
If she came to me and was like, listen, Luke Combs just, invited me over.
Do you care if
What should I do? I would say to her, go.
Go ahead.
Go. Please. Imagine,
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend hooked up with Luke Combs. So, that's awesome.
Okay.
Dude, if Luke Combs messaged me and said come over,
Yeah.
I would go.
I feel like
And I'm a hetero. You don't get opportunities like that,
that's a funny way to. Yeah. Me?
I'm not just saying like, oh, what do you mean you're mad at me for hooking up with Selena Gomez? Like, I'm not saying I'm not going to be a hypocrite about this.
Yeah.
Celebrities, right?
Free celebrity pass. This makes sense.
If Jim Carrey messaged me and was like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm feeling a little froggy. I'd like to leap on you.
I'm feeling a little frisky.
I'd be like, please, Mr. Carey, do so.
Please, by all means.
By all means, have your way. And I'm a hetero.
I'm a hetero.
So the same obviously goes for, dude, imagine like Betty White. Betty White messages. Betty White messages me right now, dude. Whew. My legs are gonna look like from like the old cartoons where they're like,
I'm home alone. I just those people running.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I don't know. So I don't know. Jess and I have only talked vaguely about this, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure she doesn't agree. I'm sure most people don't agree.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. So who knows?
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, you are an idiot.
I can't disagree with that. Yeah, it's an interesting thing Let me just say, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. I'm not. I feel like me personally.
You're indifferent about it?
Yeah. Me being. I know I'm never going to be in that situation.
Right.
So it's easy for me to be like, oh, yeah, go for it. I don't care. You know?
Right,
But maybe if it, like, that actually happened, I'd be like,
what do you mean?
What do you mean? What about me?
What do you mean? Why did you say Luke Combs is about to lay it down?
What?
So,
I'd be butthurt about it, probably, but
yeah.
just me knowing I'll never be in that situation, I'll be like, yeah.
It makes it easy. You're right. You're right. Knowing that you'll never be in the situation does make it easy to be like, I wouldn't care. But I've spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Spent many days and nights.
I've spent you could say an excessive amount thinking about it, and
an unhealthy amount.
And I don't know. I would be happy. I'd be happy because it's not like, you know.
There's so much worse things that could happen, especially like if you're communicating with each other.
Exactly.
Right? It's not
exactly.
But I digress.
I mean, I'm not walking in and seeing her like with like another guy who like is probably like a really good friend of mine or something, and like
you know each other.
It's not like that, you know. It's like, dude, this is a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know.
All right.
And like I said, for me, it's any celebrity because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's not like the most attractive female celebrities. Yeah. It's like if you're a celebrity and you want me,
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's a good example. If you're a celebrity and you want me, you can have me.
That's right.
You know? So I don't know.
All right.
Jess is going to listen to this and probably be pissed at me for saying all that.
He's just never welcome to that apartment again. You pissed off Sophia and Jess.
Yeah, Sophia and Jess are both pissed off at me. I don't know what to do.
That's funny.
But yeah.
That's good stuff.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Did we cover that?
Yeah, it's covered. It's covered.
Cool.
It's just like me when I'm laying in bed. Covered.
Yeah, me too. Covers. Yeah. All right, my word. Judas.
Okay.
All right.
Judas.
Top definition: an individual whom sells out his or her friends for their own personal benefit.
Okay.
And
okay.
For example, yo man, why you being a Judas? All right.
That's the example.
Yeah. Now, for those who don't know, I feel like most people know. It's like the guy. Judas was.
I don't know. I just want to make that clear really quick.
Oh, okay. So let me just dive into the Judas thing.
Please.
The Judas story. All right. Judas Iscariot was one of Jesus's 12 disciples. Okay. He betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. All right. Contrary to popular belief, the Bible does not say whether or not Judas sold Jesus out because he did not fit with. Okay, that doesn't matter. But, yeah. Okay.
So he didn't sell Jesus out necessarily. Well, he betrayed him.
Pretty much the story is the basic story. Judas kind of like just. See, I should know more about this.
Yeah, you should have.
I should know more about this. But
yeah.
Pretty much Judas betrayed Jesus, and Jesus was, he was crucified.
Right. A little bit later.
One could say, it was all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan.
A little later in the series.
But yeah, Judas was the one who betrayed Jesus, and that kind of led to him getting crucified, and Judas just went insane and hung himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, yeah, pretty much nowadays, though, like, Judas, like, here's an example, like, term for an extremely moronic person. Extreme cases only. One cannot become a Judas overnight. They must work toward becoming the most extreme douchebag, tightwad, self-centered person you've ever met. So
it's kind of like a really self-centered person who like will throw you under the bus for his or her own personal gain.
Yeah, and like 30
pieces of silver to be exact.
Yeah, it just right. It has to be 30 pieces of silver. But here's another example. Chris is a real Judas. He's always backing out of plans. And last night he took the tip money from the table after we left the bar. So it just, if you call someone a Judas,
It's bad.
it's very like offensive.
Yeah.
It's just like calling someone a chotch
Right.
or a
Oops.
We could censor that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Judas. That's that.
Yeah, I like that one. You know, you're kind of a Judas.
Thanks.
No, you're not really.
Thanks.
You're more of a Jesus.
I don't know about that.
But, you know, is there anything else that you want to talk about? Any other words, topics, phrases, celebrities? Anything?
No.
So, good, because me neither. So this is the mid-season finale. This is
Yep.
episode 8.
Episode 8.
After this, we're probably going to take like a 2-week, I'm thinking like a 2-week relief, you
Roughly
know?
2-week break, yep.
Roughly 2-week break. And then, so if I look at a calendar here,
We're going to upgrade our 5-star studio to a 6-star studio.
we were hoping to upgrade some of the equipment.
Get the top tier equipment. Fire our old audio crew.
Yeah.
Keep the band because they've been so good to
they've
us.
done well by us.
Yeah, you know.
But I just wanted to, let's see. I mean, why so many?
What is going on?
That's a good question. So, when this episode drops, it'll be August 16th. So, 1 week, 2 weeks. What? 1 week, 2 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
Hang on.
Because in my head, well, here's the
2
thing.
weeks off. So,
Yeah, you're right.
so like the 6th,
So we'll return
September 6th
Yeah.
is going to be
because
our,
that's what was in my head. I'm like, why are we back August?
yeah.
What are we doing? But yeah, we'll be back. As of now, we're going to be back September 6th.
Ooh, hang on.
Maybe not. Hold on, guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That would make the season finale come out on the day after Halloween.
Oh. Does it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I figured all this out in my head, and it all makes sense. We return September 6th, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You guys don't want to hear us.
Yeah, we're like planning stuff out. But we're going to talk about like a lot of different equipment that we're going to upgrade to. You know, there's big, you know, things that we're planning on upgrading to. You know, I almost spilled the beans on it, but I don't want to just yet. And, we're guests, various guests, and what they're gonna present to the conversation. But
We already got some guests lined up.
we got some guests lined up, and I'm very
premiere.
excited. Very excited.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
I'm not gonna announce their names.
Definitely don't announce their names, and we're not even gonna give a date yet because I don't know when they're.
Right.
Who knows if they'll be here on the first episode back, or maybe it'll be a couple episodes in. But yeah, that's about it for me. This has been a tremendous episode. Let's go ahead. Let's get that band playing.
Cue the band.
Thank you very much. This has been episode 8 of The Dude and the Guy.
Season finale. We'll see you later.
We'll see ya.